We are back. Let's just keep it moving here. In the last video, we created the chat. And now when we actually type something and send it to the chat, let's write that to Firebase as well. So looking at our chat view, we know that we are going to be writing these messages here. So these are chat message models. Let's jump into our Firebase chat service. And let's add a function down here saying add chat message. Let's add the message of type chat message model async throws. The first thing that I want to do here is add the message to chat sub collection. So we're going to use a sub collection here. If you don't know how to use sub collections in Firebase, I will link a video below for that as well. Basically, when we look at our database, we have a chat, and then we'll have a sub collection, another collection that is a child of the chat document that has all of our messages. So we want to reference that sub collection. So what we're going to do here, let's create a private func, and these could all be private. Private func will say messages collection, and this will return us a collection reference, just like above here. Except for this one, we're going to access the chats collection and then look for the document. So the specific chat document for this chat. Pass in a chat ID of type string. Pass that in. And then we're going to go to another collection that is a child of the chat document called messages. So now in our chat, let's go ahead and try await messages collection. And we need a chat ID. So let's pass in a chat ID of type string. And we'll pass in the chat ID. And just like we did here, we're going to access a document and then set the data. So let's copy that, paste it here. This document will be the message ID. And then we'll set the message. The message does not conform to Codable. So let's open up the chat message model. And let's conform to the protocol Codable. And like all of our other data models, let's add in some custom coding keys. Coding key, I'll make this chat ID, author ID, content. Well, here we'll go seen by IDs and date created. Let's give this a raw value of string. And just like that, we conform to Codable almost, because again, we have this data model that is a child of the chat message model that does not conform to Codable. So strings and dates and arrays all conform to Codable, but this does not. So let's jump to this and let's make this conform to Codable as well. In order for this to conform to Codable, all of the data inside needs to be Codable. So this is Codable, but this is not. Let's jump to here and let's give this a raw value of string and we'll make it Codable. So this is also now Codable. All right, let's go back to our function that we're working in. I guess this is not actually async. It's a weird thing with Firebase, but let's just make that try. Now, if it is successful that we actually do set the data into the message collection, I also want to update the chat document. So in our chat document, we added a date modified field. So we're going to use this date modified field in order to sort the chats on our screen here. So the most recent chat will be first. And so if I go into this chat down here and I send a new message, the date modified field should make that chat then pop up to the top of this list here. So anytime we update and add a new message to that chat, we'll also try await and we'll go to the chat document and we'll say update data. And we're only going to touch the fields that we want to update, which is the chat model, coding keys, date modified, raw value. We'll set it to date.now. This should be the chat ID. And let's put a little comment here saying update chat date modified. All right, let's copy that. Let's make that part of our chat service. So I will here make it part of the protocol, make it part of the chat, the mock chat service. And then lastly, let's go to our chat manager. And we'll add in a function here. Try await service.add chat message, pass in the chat ID, pass in the message. Let's jump to our chat view. And now let's actually write these to Firebase. Let's try to add some comments here so this gets to be a little bit more human readable. So the first thing we're going to do is get user ID. Then we are going to validate text field text. And then let's add the comment here. If chat is nil, then create a new chat. And we can actually extrapolate this to a function as well. So I'll cut this. We'll come down here and make this a private func. We'll say create new chat. Open the brackets. I'll paste this in here. We'll make this async and throws. Let's pass in the UID of type string. And then we'll come up here and we'll just say try await, create new chat, pass in the UID. Now we're going to need to use this chat for the chat ID down here. So what we're going to do is a quick little guard let chat else. And if there is no chat by the time we get to here, if there is no chat, throw error. Let's also put should never happen. Because if chat is nil, then the chat should have been created here, and that should have then actually been set. Actually, to make this a little even more readable, let's go ahead and make this return the chat model. And rather than doing this inside this function here, let's go ahead and return the new chat. So that when I call this, I can set chat equal to this. So now when I look at this function later on, I can see that this is where the chat should be getting set if it was nil, so that by the time I get here, I absolutely always should have the chat. And this is really just making chat not optional. But if there is an error, let's go ahead and create a enum called chat view error. And we'll do a case no chat. Throw chat view error, no chat. Make it conform to error. All right, let's delete the chat ID here. So this should now become chat.id. This will be create user chat. So we'll create the new chat for the user, make it into a message, and then let's go ahead and upload it to Firebase. Upload user chat. We will try await. Let's call chat manager. Add chat message for the chat.id. We'll paste in the message. For now, if that is successful, we're going to update the local chat messages array. Put here clear text field. Clear text field and scroll to bottom. Then here we're going to generate AI response. And then down here, we will create AI chat, which should look like the chat.id. And then just like we did up here, we're going to upload it. So let's go and upload AI chat as well. And I will copy this line of code here, paste it here, and this will be the new AI message. Let's build and run it to a simulator and see if this works so far. I'm going to open up my database here. And I know we're going to have some work to do when we get into here. Let's open up Steve. And the preview, all of these will look like they're coming from Steve. We'll fix the mocks in just 1 second. For right now, let's just try to type something. Hello there. Hello there. And it looks like it was this document here. So inside this chat document, we now have a sub collection of messages. So we should have 2, one from hello there, and then one from hello here as well. We can see each of these messages has our content. This one is from a user. I can see the ID of the message as well as my user has seen this ID already. Author ID is the avatar ID. And yeah, this looks perfect. Let's do another one. Let's do another one. What is going on? And then I got 2 more. Perfect. So this is working. We got our messages collection here. Obviously, we're not syncing the messages back to the app yet. We're going to do that in the next video. But for right now, let's update our mocks quick. So in here, let's Option Command Enter, open up the canvas and see what the mocks look like. All right, so in my mock, I am checking that the user ID for the author of the chat is equal to the auth user ID. So if I look at the mock auth service, if a user is signed in, we should have the mock user 123. So we're going to go to the mock chat service. And sorry, we have the chat message model, which has these mock ID here. And so what we're going to do, let's actually hard code here. The author ID for these messages will be the mock user ID. We'll do user auth info dot mock dot UID. And then I'll also make that the user for the third message. And then author ID here, we can just, doesn't matter. We can put anything for both of these as well. Let's jump back to our canvas and see if that fixes our first problem. Great, now we have this back to my current user ID. So we should be able to type in here now and actually get some responses back from a fake mock AI. And lastly, I want to fix this so that there's actually an image here. So in our mocks, we are loading up the mock avatar service. The mock avatar service is giving us back an array of avatar model.mocks. And when we try to load up the avatar, we are checking if the avatar is in this, if the ID that we want for this chat has this avatar. So what I'm going to do is go to the avatar model mocks, and we're just going to look for the mock data. And for the avatar ID, I'm just going to make this mock avatar ava1. And I'll just copy and paste these 1, 2, 3, 4. And then let's jump into our chat message model. And from here, the author ID will just pull in the avatar model.mock.avatar ID. And I'll put this down here as well. Now, hopefully, if we go back to our chat view, we can get some sort of image loading into the preview. Great, we got the image working. We got our blue color for the user profile working. And if I type something in here, we should now be able to send it. Cool. Let's finish up this video with just a little bit more preview work. So this one will just say working chat. In this one, we're going to say slow AI generation. So we're going to mock here, like the AI takes a really long time to actually create and return back a text. So let's customize this a little bit. Firstly, we don't need these mock avatar services because they're just the default, which is already in the preview environment. For this one, let's add a custom environment for the AI manager, and we'll add a mock AI service. Let's jump into the mock AI service. And let's create a custom init here. And we're going to say here, let delay of type double equals 0. Let delay of type double self.delay equals delay. I will paste in our delay here so that we can customize it. We're also going to do let show error of type bool. And I think we've already done this somewhere else. We did this in the avatar service, show error. So let's also just copy this little try method there. And we'll paste it here as well. And then we're going to say show error of type bool. Default will be false, and we'll set self.showError equal to show error. In here, we'll do the delay, and then we'll try show error, and then we'll do it here as well. Let's jump back to our chat view. In our AI service here, we'll add a delay of, let's do 10 seconds. Even longer, we can do 20 seconds here. So now when I type something, it's going to take 20 seconds for the AI to generate. You can see here that there is no loading indicator on the screen, and that's why we are doing this preview. Because what is it going to look like if the user is just waiting? It looks like the AI is broken. Eventually it's going to come in, but we really need to show something to the user to show that it is actively generating. So I'm going to put a spinner at the top right of the screen. In many chat apps, we actually just put it as like a fake message in the chat. So you put it maybe like underneath this here and you put a little spinner. That works, but honestly, the AI most of the time is returning so fast that I don't want to keep updating the scroll view. I think it'll get a little janky if the user's typing really quickly. So we'll put the spinner up here. Let's go to our, where is that code? That is in the toolbar item. So let's put these toolbar items into an H stack. I'll cut this, paste it here. Then on the left of it, we're going to say, let's put up here a Boolean for is generating response of type bool. And we'll say if is generating response, put a progress view on the screen. Progress view on the screen. And then let's come down to our code and let's see, we're going to start generating it here, generate AI response. So let's say is generating response equals true. And then it will finish when after we upload it back to after we upload it, and then it appends to our array. So we'll say is generating response equals false. And actually, even if we throw an error, the generation is stopped. So let's go ahead and put it down here, is generating response. Now I should be able to type something and then see a little spinner. So at least the user knows that something is working while the AI is generating. The last case that I want to check here is failed AI generation. So in this one, we're going to do a delay of, let's just only do 2 seconds, but then let's also show error as true. So here we're checking that if the AI does fail, the error should pop up on the screen for the user. So we'll say here, and we are on the wrong preview. Let's go to the failed AI generation. And hopefully we get an error on the screen. Perfect. All right, that is it for this video. In the next video, we're going to wrap up and do some chat fetching because we've only written the chats to the database and now we need to fetch them as well. Let's end this video with the Option Command C. Make this a feature. And we'll say here, create chat messages. Let's stage it. Let's commit it. Push it up to GitHub. And I'll see y'all in the next video.